Here we go. And Mounir,
Let's
thank you
go.
for accepting the invite and welcome
Thank you.
to my candid conversation.
Thank
And
you for having me.
it's pleasure to have you here. And actually, I'm very excited, you know, to talk with you. So uh,
Well, I'm glad to talk with you too. It's great
yeah,
to be here.
so uh, let's introduce yourself. So you can introduce like how was your childhood and how was your career path and your college days and anything that is interesting that you want to share with us, you can say.
Okay, so I'm I'm the founder of a Salesforce partner. We are an ISV partner. We are also a consulting partner. I'm also a blogger about Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And basically, it happened by, I'd say by chance, but um, I'm from an engineering background. So when I started my career, um, I just found myself on a marketing automation project out of nowhere. I
Mhm.
didn't hear about marketing before. So I was really just IT discovering this whole job, this whole industry of marketing and technologies. Um, at the moment, it was not cloud yet, uh,
Mhm.
on-premise softwares, but well, I fell there by chance, and I stuck there, and um, I feel like I was blessed because at the moment I started working on marketing automation, I uh, just like I came when the data became important. So when marketers needed tech people to help them, and well, it's been more than 15 years now, so I kind of learned marketing now.
Okay,
I
so
studied it too, but later. Um, but as I often say, I feel like I don't want to be disrespectful to marketers, but sometimes I feel like it's easier to learn tech and then learn marketing than the other way
mm,
around.
yeah, actually I feel the same. It's not the other way. Yeah, so people always think like first they understand marketing and the technology, but the technology
Yeah,
people who basically come from a technical background, and when they come to marketing, they have, that's what I was calling is as a competitive advantage. When I was discussing with Shibu and Cameron and Pani also, this is what I was again and again iterating to everyone. So how was your childhood?
well, I grew up in Morocco, so it was sunny. And now I'm living in France, so it's more cloudy. But um, well, nothing in particular to mention. Grew up in Casablanca, big city near the ocean. One brother,
Mhm.
nothing really special about childhood. I wanted to
Okay.
be an engineer because I didn't know what I want to do. So I was just good at school. So you study engineering because it gives you options.
Yeah, basically, we come from, when we come from India, okay? So
Yeah.
everyone who is basically landing into IT, they are basically engineers, okay? That
Yes.
is the, you say, a baseline coming into IT industry from people who are coming from India. This is not the same in the Western world where anybody who wants to learn and they, I have seen like a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, from banking, okay, journalists and all. So they are doing well as well. But I see some very interesting. I'll go there, okay. But the very interesting thing was about your education as well. So you have mentioned that when you are doing engineering, okay,
Yeah.
you you basically won an election by 90%, being beauty
Exactly.
of department.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
that's
tell
true.
me
You
something
saw
about.
that on my LinkedIn. Forgot to mention that. That was
Mm,
kind of funny. Well, in fact, I was studying at this engineering school, and well, I wanted to study um, in a special. I was in the IT department, so and there were three specializations, and one was not open yet.
mm,
It lacked students, and when I joined the school, I wanted to study this particular specialization. It was about telecommunications, and at that time it was really the trending topic,
mhm,
mobility, telecoms, and so. Um, they were not opening the specialization, and I had only 3 semesters left. So Wha- I saw one of my friends just passing by, and he was holding this paper, and I told him, "Where are you going? What's this?" And he told me, "It's for the the election for deputy of the department."
mhm,
I told him, "Okay, give me this paper and just go." And I took the paper and I put my name on it, and then
mm,
we just gave the paper back, and there was the election, and I just focused on, hey, they don't want to open the specialization, and we're here to fight for you. And basically, in this school, the school had 10 years, I think, and um, there was not much contestation or vindications or anything of that kind. So you just say you're gonna ask for something, and people just follow. And
mm,
so I won't. And and I put pressure on the school to open the specializations, and that was funny because when they opened it, we were just 4 students. So they opened the specialization for 4 students. Well, it
mhm,
lasted 1 semester. The second semester we were 20, but
mm.
it was kind of fun that this
But
story
yeah,
that
but it's more like you lead a revolution in your school, and you basically
yeah,
anyway ended up opening a specialization, and
yeah,
I
well,
think you are taking pride on it.
well, it was kind of funny, but in fact it was all uh, talking, and there was no revolution. We didn't fight or hold banners or anything. It was just um, I think either the teachers and the staff, they didn't have experience on how to handle students that have special
Mm,
demands. So,
mm.
um, well, looking back, it was not the hardest negotiation I had to do.
Yeah, yeah. See, the current Gen X and the time this, like I can see, this is 2004, right?
Yeah,
So it's a different, it's not, we can't compare the current situation and the situation at that time. So anyway, you should always take a pride. And I know because of pride, you have also written in your LinkedIn. Okay.
yeah.
So,
Actually, I forgot about it. It's a good thing you mentioned it.
yeah, I, yeah. Basically, actually, uh, I want to do some, if I have to make a conversation and I have to
Did it?
make some people speak about it and open up with me, I have to do some behind the walk sometimes. So, when I was looking through your profile, I found it very lot of things which were very interesting me. Okay, I feel like everybody as a you know everybody here in the community, they are working together and they are doing a lot of good things. But for you, a special mention was like, I feel like you are you are more interesting than I thought. Okay, very interesting
And you?
person. And I was looking at your education. Okay, so
Yeah.
your education, first you did the telecommunication in engineering, and you
Mhm.
did the MBA, okay, with the business administration,
Yeah.
and with the big data you did from MIT,
Yeah, that
right?
was a certificate I had. Yeah. Basically, what happened is I've been a consultant for some time, so and technologies are changing, and um, I had the opportunity to work with large companies on their strategy. So uh, when you talk with large companies, you try and keep up with technologies and what's happening. And um, I just can't recommend things if I don't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
So we had at that time when I passed the certificate in big data, um, I was working with a company. We had like 70 to 80 data scientists in the company, so I
Mm-hmm.
could just ask for support if I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't ask something just to take an answer and give it back, spit it back to the client. I have to understand where it comes from. I have to be able to challenge the question. I don't like to be cornered or
Mm-hmm.
not to know. You know, when you just repeat something without understanding. So basically, what happens, and I bless this time because whenever there's something new, you can find online where to train on it and where to learn. And uh, if it's not free, it's not really expensive. Talking about this, I like to pay for lessons because
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed that when I don't pay for them, I
Mm-hmm.
don't finish.
True.
So
Yeah, that is normal human tendency. Like uh, when I do this Saturday sessions with my fellow those who want to learn. Okay, I always run a free one because I have my own philosophy and principle there. But what I've seen is because I'm running it for free. Okay, uh, I'll say 90% of them don't take it seriously,
yeah,
but if they have to pay it, okay, they are going to take it seriously, which majority of them they will
even
say.
$10, even $5,
Mhm.
they will take it more seriously. It's
Yeah,
just psychology.
yeah, it's psychology, true. But something is ingrained inside me where I can't, like, when I already spoken about it that I'm not going to do it. So that has to be, that defines my persona, right? Persona. So my persona is different. So, but I agree, like, I agree that this is true. I have read from the when I was student also. I used to understand all this, and my teachers and everyone, whoever used to uh, explain all these concepts. I agree with them. Okay, but something where I haven't evolved that much of thinking into it. So uh, that is true. And for me, yeah, what I was looking here, what was interesting for me was, okay, that you are pursuing your career very seriously. Okay, because uh, you are doing, as you said, like, I want to pay, I want to learn, and then I want to understand, right? That is a passion that a person need to have. If you are not filled with passion, then we are running a rat race, right? So we are not going to be,
Yeah,
upscaling us. We are just following what others are saying. Okay, this is what people are saying. Okay, so he's saying, let's follow it, right? uh, yeah, you want to
yeah,
say something?
yeah. I wanted just to say, I don't consider that there is such things as personal life and professional life.
Hmm.
Um, I think we spend too much time on professional uh, life to consider it completely separate or just a mean for money or to pay rent or something like this. So that's why I think you should do what you like.
Yeah.
So even if I came by chance to marketing technologies, it's an industry that is evolving rapidly. There are a lot of things to do, and I think I like the mindset. This little chaos between creativity and data, between fuzzy process
Mm.
and technology.
Yeah.
You see,
Mm.
and there's this. it's like uh, the gray the gray the gray
mm,
part of a company. It's not
uh,
it's not, if you take a look at sales, um, it's as organized and processed as an IT
mm,
department. If you take a
mm,
look at marketing, there's just nothing like it in the company.
true.
And I kind of like this, and I also like the fact that um, if you go from a company to another company, the marketing people are just completely different persons.
Mm,
You will learn a lot. You will discover really different people and different organizations and processes. And even within the same company, you come back 3 years later and the CMO has changed and he has another vision and it changes the whole thing. And
mm,
if you go to the financial department or the legal,
mm,
5 years after, or you change the company, it just seems to me like the same thing.
mm, mm, true.
So, so yes, there's passion, and also there's a lot of things to do because we can act on the technologies a lot because when you see the Martech landscape, there are a lot of tools because it's not consolidated yet. We didn't find the an efficiency model that would be generic. So there are a lot of things you can create there. And on the other hand, you're talking with people that are in a department that always is disregarded when it comes to results.
Mm,
You watch the KPIs and you say, "Oh, sales performed," but
mm.
how did the sales get their lead? You don't link correctly. So they often have tight budgets. They try and do things,
Mm,
and it's a challenging environment too. So yeah, I kind of like it. And you it's also one of the rare jobs where you need your left and right brain.
true. I totally, yeah, you brought a very interesting point here with marketing. Yeah, because I could little bit. I'll not say the length with where you're going. I can relate a few because I'm from a technical background. Okay, and but I have noticed this. Okay, so when a person who is a technically coming qualified, coming with the coding and all, with the mindset that I have to, write down the code and do all these things. So we are only focusing on, okay, this is a use case. You have to build a, email in such a fashion. This is the
Yeah,
logic. Okay, implement it. Boom. Okay, then you forget about anything else. Now, but if you when you look at the marketing, they are not only interested with sending that email, how you will. They are looking at how we are bringing all those customers, right? And how it is being interactive, right? How they are basically personalizing, how they are basically engaging with the customer. Like in one of our project, there was a certain marketers, okay, who basically looks into the KPIs and all, and we have to basically send those all those KPIs to their Viva system and other systems, all the
okay.
KPIs. Okay, so he was more interested with like how many times the person clicked on that particular link. Okay, first there is a data view. You want a query? Okay, I'm going to write a query, but also he was more saying that did you open that email in the mobile or did you open the email on your desktop? Okay, so the way they think, that is totally different from how our developers think. Okay, and initially when I started marketing cloud also, uh, my interest obviously started like when I designed a dashboard for the PMOs, okay, with the KPIs. So management people, they look at it in a very different angle. Like they were asking for the bubble chart. Hmm. So big bubble, small bubble, red, green, blue, and all. with the color combination and the size of the bubble, they could figure out a lot of things where a normal developer, they can't think the way how the management is thinking there. So you brought in a very interesting point. So here, and marketing cloud, what is doing is, that's why I think, yeah, I remember one post that you said, uh, a marketer does not have to write a SQL query.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was about the fact that you have to step back and watch the full picture. Um, you're trying to get your product or your brand to stick in the mind of your potential customers, and with a positioning, with a value proposition, that's what you're doing. So, uh, how do I get to do this? I don't really like the like you said, we're just going straight to the data view or something like this, and they don't really need that. They need to address an audience or something like this. For me, the problem we have on marketing is that we don't still have the right level of automation because it's a tool for creators. It's a tool for marketers to create journeys easily, drag and drop, etc. And what happens now is that more and more there's too much data, the queries are too complicated, and what and so it just transforms into an IT project. Every journey is a user story, and it's in backlog, and it three sprints to deal with it. And oh no, we lack this attribute. Add this data source, and so but when you look at it, when it falls in that backlog, what happens is that you just treat the user story, you work on it, but that attribute maybe you will use it once in the three
Mm,
next years. You don't need
mm,
to connect the data source. You don't need this, or maybe there's another way to contact those customers. Maybe there's another strategy you can put in place. And the more the tool is complex, the more people focus on technology as an issue.
mm,
And technology should be here to help us achieve a goal. So the point is, I think we're here to understand the product, to understand its limitations, and business users, they should just tell us their business goal.
mm,
I don't know, I want to increase my win backs. I want
mm,
to increase my cross sell on my VIPs or something like this.
mm,
And okay, then I have to be able to segment on your VIPs. I have to be able to propose product that fit their needs. Maybe I have to
mm,
profile them better. Maybe I have to, but let's figure out technology once you know what you want to do. And
mm,
and now it's so complex that they put in a lot of people, because when you add a customer data platform, you add a whole team dealing with data
mm,
on other screens and
mm,
technology. And when you add MC intelligence, it's not the same people. It's not campaign managers that are working on MC intelligence. And if you're using personalization builder or interaction studio, honestly, you can try to do this with your email marketers, but it will work better if you work with the people working on the website of the company.
mm,
So you just have four different teams, and
mm,
there's a consolidated view. Well, not really. There are three, four data models, in fact, because
mm,
you have your contact
mm,
model and there's your data model in customer 360, etc. And if you have all this fragmented data, even if it communicates, even if there's a rabbit wizard that makes it real
mm,
time. Um, you have people, so there is communication, and when there is too much chain of communications, people tend to over complicate things.
mm. True.
So you'll have the data part that will say we segmented this, and you'll have the
Mm,
email part that will say we need this data for personalization, and you'll have the data visualization team that will say
mm,
we need this data to be able to create this dashboard, and
mm.
you end up with like apocalypse now, and the project will take 18 months for to reach. I saw journeys that were so targeted. You have
Mm.
200 people at the end,
Yeah.
200 people as entry, and you say, well, okay, there were 15 people working to
Mm.
segment from 200 people. What's the possible revenue you can make from 200 people? It won't pay the
True.
salary for these guys. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that, that
I
that's why
can understand. Yeah. I could. You are actually, the page in the book where nobody actually talking about. You are opening that page and you are discussing it, and I'm loving this conversation. And because I could understand what happens is you have a big team. Okay, you have a team who are basically uh, planning the campaigns. Okay, sorry, planning the campaigns. There's another team who is looking at the platform and designing the data structure and all. Okay, and there is another team who says I'll do the integration, and all the mismatch happens between all these teams because they are focusing on their own delivery, saying that okay, I want to build 10 emails. Okay, and the person is not interested in how the data structure is being built. Now uh, the data model who are designing, okay, all the data extensions, now they are based on their own assumptions. Now they are building it. Okay, now you have to do personalization, so there is all interlink between the data extension and the email personalization, right? Now what the uh, campaign specialist will say, I don't have this data. I don't have this field in this data extension. Now, how should I do the personalization? You are making it more complex for me, you know. And the communication that widens, and what the data modeling team will do. Okay, you need this attribute. Okay, wait, I'll write a query. Oh no, here you go. Okay, now you're done. Now you're basically building more complexity into it rather than giving
yeah,
a design
and it
solution
just
in a,
adds up. It just
yeah.
adds up one on top of the other. It reminds me of a story. Before working on Salesforce, I was working. Um, I had two projects. I think in the same time. I just
Hmm.
did the on um, a marketing automation software that was bought by IBM at that time called Unica. It was an on-premise marketing automation software, and there was two companies basically, both of them like 8 million contacts in the database, etc. So I framed the project with one company, and I went and I did the same project with another company in the same time.
Hmm.
And when I left the first company, I told the client, I let you with the team, but I will finish my other project before you finish yours. And I
Hmm.
didn't start the second yet. So I came back 6 months later and I told him, well, I finished the other project. Where are you? And told me we didn't we're, we need 6 to 9 months left. And told me, how did you do?
Hmm.
I told him, it's very easy. I had a team of three. You
Hmm.
have a team of 15. You talk too much.